Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elma and today I'm going to be going through my GW17 Team Review, my GW18 Transfer Thoughts, as well as my GW18 Team Selection. But before we go into that, if you're enjoying the content here, make sure you subscribe and also leave a like. It really helps out the channel. So for GW17, we managed to pick up 89 points. It was really good. It was accompanied by a very strong green arrow from 3.4 million to 3.2 million, which was also really good. And so in goal, we had Kepa with 9 points, giving the clean sheet and picking up the bonus points, which was really good. And I hope that he can be able to continue with that form, especially for the double game week, which I know most of us are targeting. Then you had Reece James, who managed to score only 1 point, picking up an unfortunate injury in the 53rd minute, hence the 1 point from him, putting a little bit more. And I hope that his injury will not take long and that we will be able to see him back on the pitch, since he's a very good player. Then you had Trippier there with 12 points, managed to getting an assist and picking up all the 3 bonus points, as he's been doing for like the past 5 games for Newcastle. He's now the hottest property in FPL, especially in the defense. So I hope that he'll be able to continue his brilliant form. Then you have Ben White there with 2 points, who came on for Walker, who did not play. Arsenal conceded from a penalty from West Ham, which wiped out the clean sheet. Then you had Patterson 0 points, who came on for Wilson, who was ill before their fixture. So there was no difference since they managed to score 0 points each. Then you had Almiron there with 8 points, managed to score a goal and continuing with his hot form before the World Cup break. Then you had Salah, who managed to score and also get an assist for Liverpool. He looked really good in that fixture, and I hope that he'll be able to carry on the form to the next games for Newcastle, continuing his hot form from before the World Cup break, picking up 8 points. Then you have Salah there getting a goal and an assist for Liverpool, which was really good. I think he's going to start performing on the level he used to before, and I think he's going to come back and have a really good performance for the rest of the season. Then we had Saka and Martinelli, who managed to each score a goal. They looked really good in that fixture, especially in the second half, where they turned up and dismantled West Ham. Arsenal look really good this season, and there's very strong contenders to win the league, especially after that display against West Ham. Then you had Nunez, who was missing a lot of chances. It was really disappointing to watch from an FPL point of view, and also I'm sure the Liverpool point of view, because he was getting a lot of chances and missing them. Those are chances that someone like Haaland will be taking in them at ease, and hope that Nunez is going to be coming, he's going to perform well. So he only wanted to pick up 2 points. Then he had Haaland, who was my captain, managing to score 2 goals. He looked really good as well. Like he's not gone on a break. He looked really good. Then to the bench we had Ward with 1 point, Walker 0, Wilson 0, and Pereira there with 3 points. So overall, it was a really strong performance from the team, and I hope that in game week 18 they can be able to perform even better. Then we can move on to my transfer thoughts. So I'm going to be having 2 of them, but I'm still leaning on the point of not making a transfer, as we look to see if we're going to get any double game weeks added to game week 19. So as for now, I'm thinking of not making any transfer. These are some of the transfer thoughts I'm thinking of. So we have there Wilson, who did not play game week 17 because he was ill, and from the reports have been hearing that he's not going to be playing for game week 18 as well due to that illness. So maybe I'm considering trying to moving on to Mitrovic, who plays Southampton, and then they have the double game week against Leicester and Chelsea. The only problem with Wilson, if he picks up an yellow card for the Southampton fixture, he's going to miss the Leicester fixture. So that is something I'm considering. That's why I'm being put off from Mitrovic at the moment, but I think he's a very decent option. If you're going to be moving from someone like Wilson to Mitrovic, I think it's a very decent transfer. And then the other transfer I'm thinking of doing is going from Reece James to Dalot, We all know that Reece James is going to be out for maybe 3 to 4 weeks, so there's no point in keeping him in the team for now, especially with his high price. I think it's only right to move him on and maybe go for someone cheaper like the likes of Luke Shaw from United, who look really good defensively, especially now that Martinez is back. Varane is also going to be back, and maybe we're going to have Dalot back. But Wan-Bissaka is also a very decent right back. So I think Shaw is a very good option, especially for his price and playing for a very good, strong defensive team. I think it's also a good shout to have in the team. Then now we can move on to my Game Week 18 team. I'm going to be lining up for Game Week 18. So as I said, I'm leaning towards not making any transfers. So this team is going to be without any transfers made. So in goal, I'm going to be having Kepa against Nottingham. Nottingham looked really poor against United. They did not look like they were going to have a goal in them. So I hope that Chelsea can be able to keep the clean sheet against Nottingham Forest. Then we had Trippier against Leeds. Leeds also looked really poor, although they managed to score a goal against Man City. I think that Newcastle have a very strong defense, and Leeds looked really poor defensively, so I hope that Trippier can be able to exploit that and be able to get an assist here and there. Then we have Ben White against Brighton. Ben White, Arsenal look really good defensively this season. I know they considered a penalty against West Ham, which was a penalty from open play. They look really good. They don't look like they're going to consider a lot of goals this season. I hope they can be able to keep a clean sheet against Brighton. Then you have Walker against Everton, who did not play in the previous fixture, which was really surprising. So I hope that against Everton, he'll be able to play and keep that clean sheet against Everton, who do not look like they have a good goal scorer in the team. So I hope that you're able to keep that clean sheet. Then we can move on to the midfield. We are going to be having Martinelli and Saka from Arsenal. They looked really good against West Ham, and I hope that you can be able to perform in this fixture that is coming up against a very good defensive Brighton team. Brighton are going to be a tough fixture for them, but I think that Arsenal will just have the slight edge over them, and they'll be able to perform. Then we have Salah against Leicester. Leicester looked really poor defensively against Newcastle, and I hope that Salah can be able to exploit that and be able to score goals in that fixture. Then you have Almiron, who looked really good against Leicester, and Leeds, as I mentioned, for Trippier looked really poor defensively, and I hope that the likes of Almiron can be able to exploit that and can be able to continue his hot form in front of goal and come up to the maximum points. Then moving on to the forwards, we are going to be having Haaland, obviously, going to be my captain as well. And we know that with Haaland, they're going to perform. They're absolutely going to dismantle Everton, who are really poor defensively because they're missing the likes of Cody, and also Mina picked up an injury. So I think they're going to be very thin in their defensive line. And I think that Man City will be able to exploit that and come out with the points. And I think Haaland will be very crucial in that fixture, and hope that you're able to score a hat-trick or something like that. Then we have Wilson, who I'm not sure if he's going to be playing in Game Week 18, but for now I'm going to be keeping him in the team and hope that he starts. Leeds looked really poor defensively, as I mentioned, for Trippier and Almiron, and I hope that he'll be able to perform and come back with the maximum points. Then you have Nunez, who I'm going to be keeping my faith in him for this fixture, but if he underperforms in this Game Week 18, I'm thinking I'm going to be moving him on to someone cheaper and maybe trying to boost other areas in the pitch. So, but for now, he's going to be there. I hope that he's able to exploit the poor defense from Leicester. Then to the bench, you have Ward against Liverpool, Pereira against Southampton, who I think is, if Wilson doesn't play, I think he's also a decent person to be able to come off the bench and replace him, especially since they're playing Southampton. Southampton did not look really good against, not look really good during the weekend. So I hope that Pereira can be able to perform in case Wilson does not play. Then you had Patterson there, and Reece James, who I'm also going to be keeping for now as we look to for some Game Week 19 double Game Week news. And so that looks like a very good team. I hope that we'll be able to outperform the GW17 team, and I hope that we'll be able to bring a lot of points and green arrows as well. So with that, guys, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video, and with that, I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.